The Borough Assembly member is facing a hefty Environmental Protection Agency fine after the EPA says that he dumped materials into multiple Matsu lakes. Carly Schreck tells us he says he thought he was doing what was above board.
While the Matsu Borough considers changes to some water laws,
the ordinance before you here established a formal advisory board to review and make recommendations to the Borough Assembly regarding water body setbacks.
The original ordinance's co-sponsor, Assemblymember Rob Yundt, is facing his own water fine after an Environmental Protection Agency complaint said Yundt failed to obtain an Army Corps of Engineers permit before completing work on two of his Wasilla properties, one on Wasilla Lake, the other Cottonwood Lake. The complaint says Yundt used earth-moving equipment to relocate and discharge fill material, such as gravel, soil, wood debris, and riprap into the waters of the two lakes, violating the Clean Water Act and incurring a civil penalty of over $77,000. And while Yundt has ultimately agreed to pay the penalty, he maintains it was a misunderstanding, saying he acquired permits from the city of Wasilla, the borough, and Fish and Game, and had Corps of Engineers verbal permission. In a statement to Alaska's news source, Yundt said, "The realtor for the property and I had a meeting with the Army Corps of Engineers to make sure they didn't have any concerns, and that the young man at the Army Corps that we met 4 years ago thought there was no issue, or I wouldn't have began without more consultation." But the Army Corps of Engineers says documentation is required to ensure that the entity has appropriately followed its own regulations in the permitting process to ensure the public is notified of authorized work that may impact wetlands and waterways, leaving Yundt with repairs to make and a large fine to pay. Carly Schreck, Alaska's news source.
And Yundt says that the repair work to both properties has already been completed and that he would rather pay the fine and move on than face possible years of litigation.